Isis, and this is Isis's Hi. I like to make a lot of videos about research topics that matter to me. So if you like any of those things, please feel free to subscribe. Oh, and sometimes I vlog. I always forget that other part. And let's get into the video. Kwanzaa is a week-long celebration in the United States that honors the African heritage and African American culture. Kwanzaa is observed from December 26th to January 1st and ends in gift-giving and a big feast. The name Kwanzaa comes from the phrase Matunda ya Kwanza, which means first fruits in Swahili. Celebrations often include singing and dancing, storytelling, poetry reading, African drumming, and feasting. There's a special greeting used during Kwanzaa in Swahili. It's habari gani, and the reply is the principal for that day. I think you to see my brother. I think you to see my sister. So Dr. Malana Karenga, I am so sorry, professor and chairman of Black Studies at California State University, Long Beach, created Kwanzaa in 1966. After the Watts riots, Dr. Karenga searched for ways to bring Black folks together as a community. He started to research African first fruit or harvest celebrations. Karenga combined aspects of several different harvest celebrations to form the basis of Kwanzaa. Each family celebrates Kwanzaa in its own way, but celebrations usually include songs and dances, African drums, storytelling, poetry reading, and a large traditional meal, which is usually called karamu, and that usually happens on the last day, which we'll get into. On each of the 7 nights, the family gathers and a child lights one of the candles on the kinara, which is a candle holder. Then one of the 7 principles is discussed. The principles are called the Nguzo Saba, which means 7 principles in Swahili. These are values of African culture that contribute to building and reinforcing community among Black folks. Kwanzaa also has 7 symbols that represent values and concepts of reflective African culture. So these 7 principles are a set of ideals that were created by Dr. Malana Karenga, and each day of Kwanzaa emphasizes a different principle. I think the quotes are a little bit different from what I have because I accidentally summarized it and I didn't know it was an actual quote. I would refer to that, what's on that slide, than what I'm saying. So there's unity or umoja, and that is to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Kujichagulia is self-determination, and that means to define ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. Collective work and responsibility is ujima. That is to build and maintain our community together and make our sisters and brothers' problems our problems and to solve them together. Cooperative economics would be ujama, and that is to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses and to profit from them together. Purpose or nia, to make our shared abilities the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their greatness. There's creativity or kuumba, to do as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. Faith or imani, to believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. This shirt is a little bit too big for me, so very sorry if it does this. The first symbol is mazao, and that is the crops. This symbolizes work and is the foundation of Kwanzaa. It represents the gathering of the people, similar to what a lot of the African first fruit festivals were. To demonstrate their mazao, those who celebrate Kwanzaa place nuts, fruits, and vegetables, representing work on the mkeka. The mkeka is the placemat, and that is the next symbol. The mkeka is made from straw or cloth and comes directly from Africa and expresses history, culture, and tradition. It symbolizes the historical and traditional foundation for us to stand on and build our lives because today stands on our yesterdays. just as the other symbols stand on the mkeka. Mkeka can be made from kente cloth, African mud cloth, and other textiles from various areas of the African continent. The mashuma saba, the vibunzi, the mazao, the zawadi, the kikombe, cha, umoja, and the kinara are placed directly on the mkeka. Vibunzi is the next symbol, and that is usually an ear of corn, which is pretty much the whole corn. The stalk of corn represents fertility and symbolizes that through the reproduction of children, the future hopes of the family are brought to life. One ear is called vibunzi, and 2 or more ears are called mihindi. Each ear symbolizes a child in the family. If there are no children in the home, 2 ears are still set on the mkeka because each person is responsible for the children of the community. Children are essential to Kwanzaa, for they are the future. They will carry cultural values and practices into the next generation. Next is the mashuma saba, which is the 7 candles. The 7 candles are traditional objects with 2 main purposes: to symbolically recreate the sun's power and to provide light. There are the 3 red candles, the 3 green, and the 1 black. The black candle symbolizes umoja, or unity, and is lit on December 26th, and then the 3 green candles represent Nia, Ujima, and Imani, and are placed on the right of the umoja candle, while the 3 red candles representing Kuji Chagulia, Ujama, and Kuumba are placed on the left of it. 1 candle representing 1 principle is lit each day, and then the other candles are relit to give more light and vision. Mashuma Saba's symbolic colors are from the red, black, and green flag, or the Bendara, and that was created by Marcus Garvey. If you don't know Marcus Garvey, you should. I'll leave a link down below. Look at my snuggie. Okay, focus, sis. So we're going to talk about the Bendara, which sometimes is another symbol. Red is the color of Shango, who was the Yoruba god of fire, thunder, and lightning. Shango lives in the clouds and sends down his thunderbolt whenever he is angry or offended. It also represents the struggle for self-determination and freedom by Black folks. Black is the people, the earth, the source of life, representing hope, creativity, and faith, and denoting messages and the opening and closing of doors. Green represents the earth that sustains lives and provides hope, divination, employment, and the fruits of the harvest. The next symbol is Kinara, or the candle holder. The Kinara is the center of the Kwanzaa setting and represents from which we came. Kinaras are made from all kinds of materials, and many folks who celebrate Kwanzaa create their own from fallen branches, wood, or other natural materials. The Kinara symbolizes the ancestors, who were once earthbound, understood the problems of life, and are willing to protect their offspring from danger, evil, and mistakes. The next symbol is Kikombe Cha Umoja, which is the Unity Cup. The Kikombe Cha Umoja is a special cup that is used to perform a drink ritual or tempiko ritual during the Karamu Fest on the last day of Kwanzaa. During the Karamu Fest, the Kikombe Cha Umoja is passed to the family member and guests who drink from it to promote unity. Then the eldest person present pours the tempiko, usually water, juice, or wine, in the direction of the 4 winds, north, south, east, and west, to honor the ancestors. The eldest asks the gods and ancestors to share in the festivities and in return to bless all the people who are not at the gathering. After asking for this blessing, the elder pours the drink on the ground and the group says, Amen. Several families may have a cup that is specifically for the ancestors. Last is Zawadi, or gifts. When Imani is celebrated on the last day of Kwanzaa, Zawadi occurs. These gifts are usually full of meaning. They encourage growth, self-determination, achievement, and success. Handmade gifts are encouraged to promote self-determination, purpose, and creativity, and to avoid the chaos of shopping during the December holiday season. Same. A family may spend the year making kinaras, creating cards, dolls, or mkekas to give their guests. Accepting a gift means that there's a moral obligation to fulfill the promise of the gift. The gift cements social relationships, allowing the receiver to share the duties and rights of a family member. Accepting a gift makes the receiver part of the family and promotes umoja. Christmas is celebrated on December 25th and is both a religious and secular holiday. Christians celebrate Christmas Day as the anniversary of the birth of Jesus of Nazareth. Popular customs include exchanging gifts, decorating Christmas trees, attending church, sharing meals with family and friends, and waiting for Santa Claus to arrive. The origin of assigning December 25th as the birth date of Jesus is not clear. There's like 10 million theories. All of them surround the number 25, so I think 25 was just a favorite number. December 25th was first identified as the date of Jesus' birth by Sextus Julius Africanus in 221 AD and later became the accepted date. One explanation of the date is that December 25th was the Christianizing of the Dies Solis Invicti Nati, which I'm sure I did that all wrong, or the day of the birth of the unconquered sun, or the birthday of Mitra, the god of the unconquerable sun. After December 25th had become accepted as the date of Jesus' birth, Christian writers regularly made the connection between the rebirth of the sun and the birth of the sun. Hold your applause. Another view suggests that December 25th became the date of Jesus' birth because it's the date of Jesus' conception. So his birth would be March 25th. Another idea is that Hanukkah starts on the eve of Kislev 25th, which is on the Jewish calendar, and Jesus was a Jew. So this could be another reason that helped the early church choose December 25th for the date of Christmas. So there's like 10 million reasons as to why it could be the 25th, but it seemed like everybody just wanted a little stamp in history about them declaring that the 25th of December would be Christmas because Jesus, Christianity, everybody loves 25, everybody just wanted it to be then. So Jesus was probably born in the spring or the summer, and the first reason for assuming that is we talk about the three wise men in the Bible all the time. Wise men wouldn't be shepherding in the winter. Another is that during the spring, there's a Jewish festival called Passover, and this festival remembers when the Jews had escaped from slavery in Egypt about 1500 years before Jesus was born. Lots of lambs would have been needed during the Passover festival to be sacrificed in the temple in Jerusalem. So Jews and also Jews from all over the Roman Empire traveled to Jerusalem for the Passover festival, so it would have been a good time for Romans to take the census. Another idea is that in autumn there's a Jewish festival called Sukkot or Sukkoth, and that is when Jewish people remember that they depended on God for all they had after they had escaped from Egypt and spent 400, but maybe I'm wrong, 40 years in the desert. It also celebrates the end of the harvest. During the festival, Jews live outside in temporary shelters. Many people who have studied the Bible think that Sukkot would be a likely time for the birth of Jesus, as it might fit with the description of there being no room in the inn. Christmas is sometimes known as Xmas. Some people don't think it's correct to call Christmas Xmas because it takes the Christ or Jesus out of Christmas, but that is not actually true. In the Greek language and alphabet, the letter that looks like an X is actually the Greek letter chi, which is pronounced Kai, and that is the first letter of the Greek word for Christ, or Christos. Hopefully that made sense. Xmas can also mean Christmas, but it should also be pronounced Christmas rather than Xmas. That's it. It was a pretty short-ish video. I hope it's short. I really don't know. We're gonna see in post. But I just want to thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great Christmas or holiday, whatever you celebrate, and a Happy New Year. Peace out. I need to figure out a better outro. Bye!